Hello and welcome to this episode of Simply Saturday, where I get to show you a card that is fast and easy to make. Hi, my name is Julie and this is Stamp with Julie Baum. You can also find me at stampwithjuliebaum.com. Today's card is a Halloween themed card. It is September of 2022, but oh my goodness, the month has just gone so fast. So I am creating another couple of Halloween things here in my office, and I wanted to share this simple card with you. Now, some of the products that I'm using today are retired product. They are actually from last year, 2021, the holiday mini catalog. So I am showing you some paper that was from I want to say Cute Halloween. I'm not sure what the name of it was. That might be right. And then also this stamp set, which is Cutest Halloween. So what you can use if you do not already have this stamp set and this paper is anything that is similar. And if you want to do a Halloween card, you can use any kind of Halloween themed designer paper. Our newest holiday catalog has a packet of papers in there called Black and White Designs, and those look quite Halloween-ish. So if you are needing to buy some paper to make this card, that is a super good choice. All right, also a stamp set, Scary Cute, is available, and that one is super cute. Let me tell you about our papers. So today I'm starting with a piece of thick basic white cardstock, and the reason I'm doing that is because this is actually the base of my card, so I would like it a little bit thicker than our regular weight cardstock. So this piece I cut long ways for today's card. So this is at 4 1/4 by 11, and then it's scored at 5 1/2 inches. So that's going to be our card base. Then I have my designer series paper cut, and it is 4 by 5 1/4. And this piece is just going to get attached right to the front of the card. I am using my Stampin' Seal today. Often I reach for my multi-purpose liquid glue, but today I just grabbed this and I love it as well. The only thing with the Stampin' Seal is you don't really have any wiggle room once you place your paper down, so you do have to be a little bit more careful on your alignment before you actually place it down. And even at that, I do suggest that you just kind of place it in place, check it out, and then if you're happy with, then go ahead and press. All right, so there's the front panel of our card. All right, I've got a little stack here. We're going to build a focal point. So I have a piece of black cardstock that is 2 1/4 by 2 1/2. I have a piece of Flirty Flamingo that is 2 by 2 1/4. I have a piece of our designer series paper that is 1 3/4 by 2. So you can see these are just nesting nicely, or they're going to go like that. And then the last piece of paper that we'll use is just for stamping some words on and making a little banner end. This piece that I'm starting with is 3/4 by 2 1/4. So 3/4 inch by 2 1/4. All right, so first of all, I'm going to attach these little pieces to each other. One little comment about the Stampin' Seal, especially for those of you who have been stamping with me or have been around Stampin' Up for a long time, you may have been very comfortable with our snail adhesive. And when that went away and Stampin' Seal replaced it, it was a little tricky to get used to. There's a little bit of a learning curve. But for the most part, I find that after I drag it, if I will just break the tape, it typically will not give me problems. Every now and then it kind of gets stuck and you have to feed the roller a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, and now I'm attaching those two to the black piece, like so. All right. Now we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So I do have a scrap here. Just a scrap of basic white. And I'll probably need 2 because we're going to stamp a couple of ghosts. So just in case I can't get it on this one. And then also keep in mind that I will be punching my ghost out. This was the coordinating punch that went with the stamp set last year with Cutest Halloween. And as you can see, it punches a ghost, a cat, and a pumpkin shape. All right, so I'm going to get my ghosts stamped. The reason I pointed that out, very much like a recipe. You know, when you read a recipe, especially for the first time, and you're going to prepare it, you should always read through the entire thing before you just jump in. Otherwise, what can happen is you get 1/3 of the way in or half of the way in, and you realize that one of the ingredients was supposed to be divided, or some of it added at the beginning and then some added later. You know what I'm talking about. In a similar way, often you should kind of review the products that you're going to use in your project. For instance, on my punch, the ghost is right here. And so I do want to make sure that I'm going to stamp my ghost on a piece of paper that's going to easily be able to slide into that spot. So sometimes you just need to take a moment, assess all the things that you're going to use before you jump in and get to work. So I'm going to stamp the outline of my ghost in black ink. This is my Memento black ink, and I know I need 2 of them. So for the ease of punching, I'm just going to go ahead and do them on separate scraps. Then there's this cute little inside part for the ghost, and we're going to do 1 in Gorgeous Grape and 1 in Flirty Flamingo, but I do want to stamp the ink off so that I get lighter versions of those colors. So here's my Gorgeous Grape, and I'm going to stamp it off and then stamp right inside my little ghost shape. So I get a lighter version of that purple. And then cleaning that off so I can go on to Flirty Flamingo. Same thing. I'm going to ink it up, stamp off on my scratch paper. I've got like a little part there that I don't like how it looks, so instead of just going for it, I am going to clean my stamp, re-ink, and go again. There may have been something on my stamp. All right, so re-inked with Flirty Flamingo. That's better. Stamp it off. And then inside my ghost outline. Now, this set was so cute and so popular. Again, if you've been stamping for a while, I bet you already bought this one last year. There are faces that go on the little images. So here's the ghost face, and I'm going to use black ink for the face. He has a cute little face and little arms in front of him. All right, so there's my 2 ghosts, and I'm going to punch those out. All right, so line up the shape. There's that. And the pink one. It was kind of fun when this paper came out last year to add pink to the Halloween collection, which is not very typical. Usually we've got our orange, black, and purple, often bright green, but pink was different, and there were a couple of papers with pink in it, and that was kind of fun to use something different. All right, I'm going to attach my little ghosts right here to this focal square that we did. So the pink one, I'm going to use a black dimensional and just pop that one up a teeny bit. Right over here. And then I'm going to use something different for the purple one. For my purple ghost, I'm actually going to use what's called a wobble. These are not presently available through Stampin' Up, but I do buy them through Amazon. They do come in different varieties and sizes, and I've made the mistake of buying the wrong ones. So in the description below today's video, I will put an Amazon link if you would like to look into getting some of these to add to your collection. So it's like a little spring, and it's going to give our image just a little bit of kind of like animation. So there's a sticky backing I'm removing from this side. I call this the narrow side. You'll see why when I flip it over. I put the narrow side on my image. There's no rules to this. I'm just telling you how I do it. For all I know, I'm doing it completely backwards. Then on this side, I'm going to release this backing. And this is the wider side. You'll see that this area is wider than on the other side. And I think this is backing also. Yeah, it is. Okay, so now we've got all that sticky back on the wide side exposed, and that is going to go down onto my little squares. And what a wobble does, like I said, it kind of animates it. It just gives it a little bit of wiggle. At the end of today's video, I'll show you another card that I've done with a Halloween wobble as well. I'm telling you, the wobbles are so fun to use to just give a little bit of life to your image. I have shared a video with you with a hippo, and the hippo is on a wobble, so it's a dancing hippo card, and I will put that here linked right at the top of the screen, so that if you want to go see that one as well, it'll be easy to find. Okay, so I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of this. My Stampin' Seal would work just fine. However, because I already have these images here, it's a little wonky. So since I didn't think ahead and put the seal on before, I'm just going to use my tear and tape. To put a couple strips on the back of this. That'll be a little bit easier for me. Okay, so this focal image now that we've created is going to go in the bottom right corner of our card front, right down here. And the next thing I'm going to do is pull in this super fun metallic mesh ribbon. I just love this. It was available last year at the holidays and again in this year's annual catalog. So I only need about 15 inches of this. So I'm just going to snip that off. And what I'm going to do is open the card, tuck my mesh ribbon up inside, and I'm just going to tie a knot. I'm going to put a knot like on this kind of left corner. I want it to balance out my image in the bottom right corner. It's super soft. It's easy to use, but it's really, really cool looking. Kind of spider web-ish almost. But probably only because I'm using it for Halloween. I think if you used this on a Christmas card, it would just look festive and tinsel-y. All right, so there's my knot, and oh, the 15 inches was plenty. We probably could have got by with a little bit less, but this way I can just trim those up. And let's add some words onto our card. So we'll take that little scrap that I said is 3/4 of an inch by 2 1/4, and I'm going to stamp "Hey Boo" on this piece. And I did stamp it over to the left so that I can now take my scissors and add a banner end. So I'm just doing the fussy cut way. You cut a little slit in the center first and then cut from the corners to the center. A pick a banner punch, that would work also. Okay, this is going to go on here. We also are going to add some words to the inside because all that plain white is a little bit boring. So I'm going to stamp "You put a smile on my face." I feel like this is kind of a kid card, probably one that I'll give to my granddaughter. I love the pink and the purple. And so I'm just going to go ahead and stamp the words in purple as well. So this is in my gorgeous grape ink pad that was already out. We used it on the ghost. All right, there's that. And I am telling you, anytime there is a spider stamp in a Halloween set, I have to use the spider. I just think they stamp up so cute. I don't like spiders in real life, but I love them stamped on paper. Cute. Okay, now let's add this. And our Stampin' Seal will work great. And then you could stop here, of course, but I'm going to add a few embellishments. So one of the embellishments that is currently available are these adhesive backed stars. So I'm going to use those, but I will also show you a similar card, just like this one, that I used last year's cute stars on. Those were a cute embellishment as well. So here, I'm trying to decide which ones I want. I think I want these ones that are more solid, that don't have the hole in the center. Here's the two designs. So I'm going to use a couple of these. I think I'll use 3, maybe 5. So let's get started with our stars. All right, I'm going to for sure place one right here on my banner. And one here. These are kind of big. These are bigger than the cute stars, so I think 3 is going to be enough. I just have to decide where to put this third one. I might want it here. Down here's a little low. If we were doing a live, I would ask you for your opinion so you could help me out. All right, I'm going with right here. All right, there are 3 stars, and I think that's plenty. It just adds a little twinkle of color since they are iridescent. All right, and there we have our super easy and fast Halloween card, complete with a wobble and everything. All right, let me show you this one, which is just like it. This one's identical, but I did use the cute stars from a retired catalog, but I had these embellishments left over, and I used some in black and purple, as you can see there. And then one of the Halloween cards that I made last year, this was actually part of a class. This one is kind of cute because not only does it open like a card, but it has this cute little secret message flap on the front as well. So again, some retired product, but you can totally take the idea, use something that's in your stash, or treat yourself and choose something new out of the holiday mini, and you can start creating some really adorable Halloween things. I thank you so much for watching today. I want to remind you that below the video, in the description, you can click the word that says more, and that will open up a window. And I always put lots of information in there for you. So in there will be a host code, as well as links to the products that I've used today, both Stampin' Up! Links as well as Amazon links, and other helpful information. If you liked today's video, please do leave a comment and or a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to do so. I appreciate you watching. Thank you. Hugs and happy stamping!